Hello, hello. Would you? Yeah. The build-up always is good. Always is good. The build-up, yes. And then, until the game. And then we see.
Okay, we will get underway in usual fashion, beginning with broadcast. And Damesh, away you go.
Hi, hello.
Can we start with teams for the weekend, first of all?
Yes. Not too many news. I don't believe that we can recover some player that was previous, maybe possible, but I think still one training more and see what is going on tomorrow, and we can, if we can, to some player be available.
I was at the open training earlier. Christopher Nkunku was with the group. Romeo Lavia wasn't with the group. Have either of those two players got a chance for Sunday?
We need to assess tomorrow and then decide. They are close, but we need tomorrow to take the decision.
So they're not ruled out then, as yet?
Maybe Lavia is maybe the more difficult, but we need to assess Christophe for tomorrow and Nkunku.
Disappointing result the last time out against Newcastle.
Yes.
What have you said to the players in the days between that game and during this week?
Yes, I think to clarify the things, to realize what happened. I think it was a tough week for everyone. I am very happy because I think they react really well. Because even when after you watch the game, I think it was worse than my feelings after the game, and I was tougher with them inside and outside. But I think with ourselves is to blame ourselves also, because I think our approach maybe was wrong, and that is to take the responsibility too. But I think it was good the week to realize things that we need to improve, and we need to be more consistent, more mature. I think is thing that we cannot afford in this process. And yes, I am very, very happy so far. Even it was really, really tough in training and of course in meetings. But sometimes this type of situation help a lot to improve.
The result leaves you 12 points off the top 4 places. Is it still realistic to have that as a target?
This is mathematics. I think we need to believe that it's realistic. Another thing that is going to be tough to achieve the places to allow how to play in competition, European competition. But I think it's still there. It's about to. The problem now is the most important is not to see the end of the season, is to see the process and improve every day. That is the most difficult thing always in all this type of process, is to be focused in today and not in tomorrow. And that is one of the aspects that we were working to in this week, and to try to improve ourselves and to try to provide the team what the team needs. And that is a process that we need to be focused and realize that we cannot think in the end of the season, because if not, we are going to start to stop what is going to bring there, and be more focused in the present and how we can improve our condition, our possibility to be better every day.
Mauricio, you mentioned the process. Do you believe that the owners and yourself are on the same page with regard to that process? Do they think that this is a development phase of this?
Yes, of course. But that is the reality. It's not to ask or no ask, or think or not think, or to guess or not to guess. That is the reality of that is the process. That is realistic, the situation, and I think the first that they are supporting this is the owner, of course.
Final one from me, Richard. It's Brighton next. You've actually beaten them this season in the League Cup already. Can you take confidence from that? Maybe a psychological edge going into this?
Yeah, but it's not the opponent, and we can see. Was Tottenham, was Manchester City, and was Newcastle. And I think you said, oh, maybe most likely to take points is against Newcastle because was playing after 3 days a very tough game against Paris Saint-Germain, playing for be qualified, and I say, okay, can be distracted. And then we beat Tottenham, an amazing game against Manchester City, and we lose against Newcastle. We are our enemies, worst enemies, and we need to be focused on us. If we are in a good place, I think for sure we will compete in a very good way, and it's not going to be the problem. Brighton, I think, okay, we are going to pay attention, but at the moment in this process, I think we need to pay more attention in ourselves than in the opponent. You're welcome.
PLP.
Hi Mauricio. How are you?
Very good, thank you. So far, so good.
That's what my question's about, actually. You're often relaxed, smiling in the press conferences. What is it like to have an angry Mauricio Pochettino? I suppose you felt let down by the players in the Newcastle game. So how do you transmit that anger to the players? What's the process?
If I understand the question is, I feel let down for the player, you say, on the game, and means that... sorry. Sí. No, for me it's yes. Okay, no. Yes, I think they already know very well how was my mood. You know, I think it's not. I am not here acting. You know, I'm not going to act. I'm not going to show a face that I don't feel. I feel when I feel that I am happy. When I am not happy. And the player with the player the same. No, I think we'd let down. You know, our club because it was our responsibility like a team, and we need to think in this way. It's not the player in one side and the coaching staff in another side. I think everywhere together, everyone together. And no, I think it's always about to put the context on the situation, and I think it's important that the player feel the coaches in a natural way when we are angry, and when we are happy. And of course, we were tough in our analysis, but of course, tough is, if you say it's about to tell the truth, yes, it's about to show the thing that we didn't do, of course, but it's not to blame them. It's about to blame everyone, ourselves first, because maybe, like I told before, maybe our approach wasn't right. And that is about to, is to pay attention for us to maybe to have different approach in the future. And of course, we are a young team that maybe sometimes we need to be tough and sometimes to learn, and sometimes we need to be nice, and we need to choose in the way that we are going to express ourselves and to translate the ideas, because it's not about if after we feel really well because we talk in some way or we express ourselves in some direction. It's about if they get what we want, or they were, now if we are helping in the way that we explain the things, that is the most important thing. And then I know I am not an actor, and I cannot act. I not prepare myself to come here and say, oh, I'm going to smile. No, because I feel happy because I think the week was good. But of course, I am not happy after the last game, and we know really well that we need to perform and to perform well the weekend and try to recover the points that we lose against Newcastle.
Brighton are top of their group in the Europa League, 8th in the Premier League. Do you look at them in a different way than you would have done a few seasons ago?
Them?
Yeah.
No, of course they are doing a fantastic job, and of course they are a very good team, very good coaching staff, and I think I know very well Roberto, and I think he's doing a fantastic job.
To finish for me, 7 Premier League games in December. It's a busy month for everyone. Where do you want to see Chelsea at the end of this month?
No, I want to see the weekend, Sunday, with 3 points more in the table, and then to prepare the game against Manchester United, step by step. I think is the most important, game by game.
Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. Athletic.
Hi, Mauricio.
Hello.
How would you say Caicedo, Robert Sanchez have settled in? Obviously, a lot of focus on their moves from Brighton. Have you seen the best of Caicedo yet, for example, who came for a lot of money?
Well, I think it's a process also. I think the problem is always the temptation is to analyze and to compare a player from one season to another when it's not fair. And different environment, different moment, and how the situation is now. I think if you talk about Robert, that in the last 3 or 4 months didn't play, and then and arrived late on the transfer window, and Moy arrived also when already we were playing games in the Premier League with no pre-season and with all the emotional situation that happened with him. Is always time, and then he got injured in the national team, traveling every single month and no time to rest and to recover. I think for us it's good now to have few months with the possibility to have all the players there and start to to give more possibility to rest, to play, and to be focused in Chelsea. Now it's complete unfair to compare players from one season to another, and we of course we have no doubt that they are going to perform in the way that we expect.
Have you ever had the impression with Caicedo that the size of the transfer fee is weighing heavily on him because there's an awful lot of money?
But it's easy now to blame the the money. It's easy to blame different aspects, because it's a human being is to try to find, when something is not covered the expectation, it's like to find something to blame. But it's normal. It's a process that for him is tough also, but for everyone. The expectation is different, the share is different, the batch is different, and the context and the teammate are different, and the different club, different, everything is different, and always it's about time to fit and start to perform. That is why we have no doubt that it's only time,
And last one from me, forgive me for talking about VAR again. Is there any...
And then I was right, and I am right, and I will be right in the way that I think. It's the problem is the driver. It's not the technology,
Is there anything you would change or think of something that you could improve, how it could be improved?
It's so difficult. It's so difficult because on the end is we were at home watching games, and it's difficult when you made a mistake, when you have the possibility to see in different angles the action and how the opinion is completely different from one game to another. That is the problem. It's not the technology, it's how you see the things and how after is your assessment of the actions, And that is the most difficult thing to put all in the same line. But I don't know. It's okay. I think that we are using VAR to discuss, to have a subject to talk and to create debate. But I think it's helping football. I don't know. It's the football that we are living. We need to accept.
Last question in this section, Raman.
Mauricio, can I please ask you about Reece James? He came out publicly to apologise for his sending off against Newcastle. How has he been in training? Is he frustrated? Have you had a word with him?
Yes, of course. I think it's part of the process. It's too many times that he was injured, and now step by step building his fitness. And I think was a little bit tired in the moment that he got the second yellow card. And of course, he realized that he's still far away of his best condition to complete 90 minutes, and he's working really hard. And he feels sorry about the situation because, of course, it was tough for him and it was tough for the team. but always is good when the player made autocritic and and feel responsible, and he's doing well. That is a thing that can happen in football. Is good when you realize, because I think you learn for the future.
Okay. We'll do dailies now. Okay, all right. End of the section. Cameras off, please.